as does Pedro Porro. Son Heung-min is also in goal. Badiashile is in. Colwill, Lavia, Sancho, Neto and Nicholas Jackson up top. Let's hear from both managers, Enzo Maresca and Ange Postecoglou.
Well, Ange, it's good to see you, and some good news on the injury front, having both Christian Romero and Mickey van der Ven back. How big is that on an occasion like this?
Yeah, look, obviously, welcome boost for us. Yeah, Romero was close. Mickey, we kind of thought probably next Thursday, but he trained really well, and yeah, both were really keen to play. And obviously, with us losing Ben in sort of midweek, yeah, a good opportunity for them to get out there, and yeah, obviously a boost because they're top players for us.
You'll be looking for a reaction today after a difficult week. How big can a result be in a game like this for really trying to steer things back in the right direction?
Yeah, look, it helps. We've been in this position before. We've got a result against a top side, and the key for us is to get yes for us. Yeah, but here at home, not just home away, when we play our football, we're hard to stop.
Well, Enzo, this will be your first experience of this particular London derby. It's a game that means a lot to the Chelsea fans. What about for you? Does it feel big?
Yeah, it's a big game for sure. Like probably as we said during the week, for the fans, it's a big game. For us, for sure, we're gonna prepare in the best way, but we know that will be a tough game for sure.
You're in quite formidable form. With Liverpool not playing yesterday, City dropping points again.
Well, it's opportunity because we can improve. We can see how we are doing things in these kind of games. But for me, no more than that. Even if, as you said, Liverpool didn't play, City drop points. But our focus is not about them. It's about us, how we can improve.
Wow, what an impact he's had in his short time at Stamford Bridge. Interesting team news from both, really, not least for Spurs. I mean, there was talk in the build-up that Archie Gray, the youngster who's only just signed in the summer, would fill in at centre-half if they didn't have Romero or Van der Ven fit. But they are fit enough to start, Glenn.
Yeah, it's good news on paper. That's good news. But I would be worried a little bit about Mickey van der Ven. He's already done the hamstring twice this year. You can't take a risk. If he does that a third time, that could end up being a major problem.
That he was going to play next Thursday. So you think to yourself, but he's trained well. And again, for a hamstring, you taking that kind of chance and saying, yeah, he's trained well. It's a different energy when you're actually in the game situations, training situations. So it's good. Hopefully, it will be okay for him.
And also, they're so close to that halfway line when they defend, and they use his pace, which is understandable. But my word, it's going to be tested.
It's a long way.
Yeah.
Dan, for Mickey van der Ven, it's his first Premier League appearance since October the 30th. Is it a gamble to chuck him straight in?
Yeah, it must be, but he must have obviously made them aware that he wants to play and he's prepared. That's obviously Ange's first choice back four.
And I suppose work rate, have they got it right there?
No. That's the major problem for me. It's in the game of football, you've got to get the balance. The key for a manager and a good team is to get the key between how you attack and how you defend. At the moment, it's very much what we're going to do with the ball, how we attack. You know, there's so many holes you can pick on the way that Spurs defend at the moment, whether it's goal kicks from the back, when a new goalkeeper comes in that's not as happy as the one that's normally playing, then you slightly have to adjust, surely. You know, the high line when it's held to, you know, you've got the two full-backs going in attacking-wise so that they can win the ball back and press. But when that press gets beaten...
I think as well, when Chelsea played Brighton, we know Brighton plays such a high line and they were just playing balls over the top for fun. They had that timing down so well, so it's going to be a big ask for Tottenham today. 7 changes for Chelsea. I mean, it's incredible that Enzo Maresca's got the luxury to make that and looks so strong going into this fixture. Of course, all eyes, amongst others, on Cole Palmer, who's having a brilliant 2024 and looking to end the year on a high as well. Yeah, I just think he's just full of confidence, his ability in any position. He always seems to make the right touch, the right pass, and he's built up a really good relationship with Jackson as well. So, 9 goals, 6 assists. Do you expect him to test out that back line to see if they are 100%?
Without a doubt. Wherever he picks the ball up, he's gonna cause problems. He's got a willing runner with Jackson. He's got people to play off. You know, the problem.
Disastrous opening.
Spaniard then losing his footing again for Dejan Kulusevski's clever finish. Chelsea got one back through Sancho, and lots for us to reflect on when we come back. First 45 from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs leading Chelsea by 2-1, 2-0 up after just 11 minutes, Glenn.
Yeah, what a start, actually, you know. But this is a great little bit of movement here from Solanke. Johnson does well, but there's the one press. Look, there's the press. He's got the energy. He goes again. It's a dreadful ball from Balaciel. He goes again. There's the press with you together. A slip again from Cucurella with those new boots that he's going to take off any minute now.
So they can press. I spoke before the game about how they did at Brighton, where they used to go over the back line all the time. They've not even done that once against Tottenham. I think they've just played into the press.
You ever changed boots mid-game?
Definitely not. I'm a stud guy all the way.
I'm a stud guy. You're a stud, baby. You're a stud, baby.
You see Enzo there, takes Dragusin away, which gives that option. I think sort of defensively, if you look here, I think it's between Saar and Basuma. Saar in particular, all he needs to do is get across in that space there, and he's just there for when Sancho runs in. As I said, good run from Enzo, drags Dragusin away, and a great finish, but I said another goal that could...
And poor decisions being made, but we're seeing them punished. Because offensively, these teams are very good.
Yeah.
But defensively, like we said, they're not great.
No.
But like, what's brilliant about it is that it's, for the neutral, it's a brilliant game to watch.
I mean, the scoreline could have been anything after 45 minutes. Let's have a look at Chelsea's chance.
That's the goal. And there's the manager. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there.
I think Sanchez, a goal kick, is doing everything he can to level this up. He really does frighten me. He frightens me, Sanchez.
3 goals, a change of boots. We've had almost everything in that first 45, but we're only halfway through this brilliant contest between Spurs and Chelsea. They've had their chance, have hit the back of the net.
Man slips, and now it's can you punish? And Brennan Johnson picks out a lovely little ball into that near post. Good finish. End. Chelsea, because Chelsea had chances actually in the first half as well.
What did you make of that boot fiasco?
Well, it does make sense to me because obviously the warm-up is about testing the boots, how the boot's going to be okay. But you saw how he slipped, and it was like proper slips. It's not, you know, look. It's like he's got moulded on, you know, in this weather. You know, and then he's blaming. What should have been happening is during the warm-up, he should be testing. Oh, these feel a little bit slick, and then you change them. No defender should be wearing studs that are going to give you that opportunity to fall over. None.
No. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Let's get some post-match reaction. I'm delighted to say Jadon Sancho of Chelsea joins us now from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Jadon, thanks for joining us tonight.
Win, a great comeback, and we're just delighted with the 3 points.
2-0 down after 11 minutes. What are you thinking?
To be fair, I have a lot of trust in this squad, so I wasn't too fazed. And once we got the first goal back, I knew it would come back and get a result.
Can you talk us through your goal, if you don't mind?
Well, yeah, it was a 1v1, and I saw the opportunity to cut inside. And then I just thought, why not? Why not shoot? In training recently, I've been working on my shooting, so I'm just delighted that I came off today.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those with very little backlift. Is that a technique you're trying to master?
Yeah, definitely. Just in training, I've just been working on hitting the far corner, so I'm very delighted.
Jadon, Ian Wright. Jadon, I just want to say to you, what's the manager scoring goals? What's the manager say to you?
From the very first day, they've made me feel welcome, and you know I have a lot of people to prove wrong, and I'm just day by day, I'm working hard every day in training, and you know, once I get my opportunity, I just try to show what I can do. So today, you know, I'm happy that I scored and got the 3 points for the team.
Nice.
Actually, it's the first time you've scored in successive Premier League games. I mean, do you think we're starting to see the best of Jadon Sancho now?
Again, I'm just taking it game by game. Hopefully, I can continue this form. And but yeah, again, I've got to say thank you to the whole Chelsea team and the staff for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to play.
Nice.
As an attacking force, I mean, Chelsea are going to need some stopping. You've got some real momentum. So that second penalty.
Well, yeah, he always does these type of things in training, so I'm kind of...
Smile when you see it, right?
No, for sure. It's just because we see it all the time in training. So, you know, again, I'm just very happy for him to get the second goal and, you know, to secure the 3 points.
In the last few days, in the wake of the Southampton win, Enzo Maresca and Cole himself have been playing down your title chances. But the more you continue to win, the more you're going to be in the conversation. So surely that's got to be in your thinking at some point.
Well, definitely after tonight, it's not in our thinking at all. Again, we're going to take it game by game. It's still early in the season, so anything can happen. So, you know, we're just glad that we got the 3 points and onto Brentford next week.
So tell me then, finally, Jayden, what would be a good season for Chelsea?
Just keep winning. What can I say? Take care, guys.
Jayden Sancho on the score sheet for Chelsea, who looks like he's really enjoying himself again.
Yeah, you can see the way he's playing. You know, he's got a lot of his confidence. His head's up. He's like I say, he's going past people. He's scoring goals. You know, somebody who's on loan, and like you mentioned there, he's got a lot of people to prove wrong. And, you know, he's working very, very hard in training. And that's the way you do it. That's what you've got to do. You've got to show the people you're still capable.
Well, let's go back to the game itself, into the second half. The first of Cole Palmer's 2 penalties. At this point, Glenn, actually, it looked like Spurs had lost all discipline.
They were on the back foot, weren't they? Chelsea came out, reshaped. This is a dreadful...
Terrible challenge.
Terrible challenge. Look, you know straight away, look...
Even that one there, with the size of Fraser, he's going to struggle to get that one.
Yeah.
It's right in the corner.
Yeah. Enzo Fernandez, it wasn't that long ago, he was having a bit of an up-and-down time at Chelsea, but it feels like he's getting a little bit of confidence back in his game, Glenn.
I think they've released him a little bit more. He's not playing in that deep position, because when Caicedo, second half, went in there as well, he's allowed to get in and around the penalty area where he actually finishes. This is a really in players, taking them on, going down the wing, now come inside on the left, so sharp. Suddenly went up a gear, didn't he? Went up a gear.
Amazing.
Porro, he might have done better there, but saves in the every game they play it. We covered them in the week, didn't we, against Bournemouth?
We did, yeah.
Forster made some...
On their head coach. Let's get his thoughts. Here's Ange Postecoglou.
Well, Ange, with an afternoon that did start so well, are you scratching your head at how you come away from that empty-handed?
Yeah, look, it's a sore one for sure. It's painful. Yeah, we started the game really well. Then we lose Romero. You know, it's kind of nothing's run smoothly for us. We have to reshuffle, and then they sort of get a goal in that moment. I still thought we had some big moments to get a third and sort of finish the game off. And then, second half was a bit of a ding-dong for quite a while. They obviously scored, but then we had a big chance at 2-2 with Sonny. Swing the game our way, and then we don't take it, and then, 2 penalties weren't great from our behalf, just a bit more discipline in the box.
And just to rewind on what you said there, so for you, is it quite a key moment losing Romero?
He couldn't continue. That's not ideal.
It's the second time you've had a 2-goal lead. You did against Brighton. Are there any comparisons to be made between the two? You said last time against Bournemouth that perhaps your team were giving them a leg up. Can you see again any similarities between this midweek performance and today as well? No,
nothing. Absolutely zero with midweek. We didn't play well at all midweek, but we played well today. They're a good side. Fair play to them. They're a top team, and as I said, we kind of got disrupted a little bit in key moments, and I think in the end the key moments sort of decided the game.
Those key moments, going forward, if you are now to try and find a way to get back on the right path, what will be your takeaways from this?
I guess just we've still got to maintain some discipline. Like I said, I thought the 2 penalties we gave away were poor. No need, and game was still in the balance. Like I said, we had the best.
There were 2 red cards in this fixture last year. In the first half, were you expecting any to be given, particularly with that incident first with Caicedo on Sarr?
I didn't. I haven't seen obviously the replays. From what they tell me, wasn't great. I thought a couple of decisions were a bit poor. I thought one the linesman made when Decky was through was ridiculous because again, pivotal moments in the game. But what we can do, we've got to just accept it and move on. Tight. And to be honest, the plan was only to play him sort of 60 or 70 today, but obviously losing Romero, which he was the one that was going well. Sort of hamstrung us a little bit because we didn't have any other centre backs. So hopefully not too bad, but it was good to have him out there. You can see the difference. Like I said, I think at the first 20 minutes of the game we had Romero and Mickey out there. We looked a strong team.
With us edging towards January, you mentioned you've got Ben Davies out as well. Is it going to be a big area of focus, trying to source centre halves with the situation that you are in?
Well, it depends. I'm hoping Romero's not too bad, and we've still got to find out sort of the extent of Benny's injury. But we're obviously thin on numbers now, and as I've said, if we're still thin on numbers.
The views of a former Spurs player and manager, Tim Sherwood, joins us now from North London. Tim, good to see you.
How you doing, guys?
How do you reflect on that tonight?
Well, obviously it was a good start, but the start was created from two mistakes. Cucurella slips over twice. I'll tell you, at half-time here, and I felt like Chelsea were going to win the game, 2-0 down, and I think the crowd did as well. Do you know, I just felt like there was a negativity amongst the punters, and they were just waiting for it to happen, and eventually it did. Sancho scores a brilliant goal when he cuts in, smashes it into the bottom corner, and I just felt it was just going to come, and I really believed that the fans around here felt the same.
Do you think that relationship now between the fans and the manager is at a low right now?
Well, I don't know. I think it's a mix. Delivers that. You know, you don't let anyone down on that front. Unfortunately, the highs are so high and the lows are a little bit too low. There's no happy medium there, and negativity is in the results. I mean, if they was to win that game today, I know it's if, buts and maybes, but they would have gone 4 points off the top four, which would surely have been the objective at the start of the season. So it's not the end of the world, but it's a tough moment for them, especially when you're losing a derby after being 2-0 up to Chelsea.
Tim, Glenn here.
Hi, Glenn.
From where we're sitting here in the studio watching the game, you're at the stadium. They just look so easy to play against Tottenham. Yeah. Would you agree?
I think they played on, obviously it was the two mistakes where they scored their goals, but it looked like waiting for moments. Kulusevski looks like he's a threat every time he gets the ball. Son, he's capable of doing something. I just felt, when you're here, Glenn, you just look at the Chelsea side, it was balanced, and dragging people over one side.
Is Heung-min Son?
Well, Sonny, a day that started so well ends in such disappointment. If you can, just put that into words.
Yeah, he's a very, very disappointed. I think I don't know what to say at the moment, and making such a good game in the first half an hour, and and then we conceded their goals very, very sloppy and very easily, and also missed a big chance from my end. Feels like we lost because of this kind of small. Talking about the mistakes, but I rather blame me about the chance, and as a leader, I will definitely take this blame.
Wow, that's a pretty emotional Heung-min Son.
That's one of the saddest interviews I've seen after a game from a player. And normally, you kind of compose yourself, as you know, but like it just looks like he can't hold it.
His body language said it all, didn't it?
Yeah, I think he's being very, very harsh on himself. I think he hasn't played as well as he knows he can do over the season, and he's had little magic moments. But I think he's putting it all on that chance that he had, and he feels like he's let the team down. I think that's a bit harsh. There was other reasons why they've ended up losing the game, other than that. But
today to make our fans happy, and today again they can be happy.
It was a difficult start, wasn't it? What was going through your head when you saw Cucurella slip, not once, but twice, and then change his boots?
Yeah, he said to me after the game that he was trying to give a little bit of emotion to the game. No, serious. Coming this stadium against this team, 2 goals down, and continuing with the same plan on the ball and off the ball. Then second half we adjust something tactically, we change something, but I think overall we deserve to win the game.
On the boots change, I know you're a manager that really believes in tough love with your players, honest conversations, whilst you found a way to earlier.
I don't know, to be honest. It's more question for Mark. They are mature enough to decide the boost they need for the game can happen. As I said, the most important thing and the good thing about today is that we were 2 goals down, just we give away 2 goals, but we continue in the same way. We were in the game, we create chances, say first half, second half we didn't concede nothing and we create many chances.
The change you made at half-time proved to be important. Tell us what your thinking was.
No, first of all, we had a problem with Romeo Lavia. Malo Gusto was inside. For Romeo, we moved Moy as a midfielder, and then we just changed a little bit the 2 attacking midfielder. That first half was Enzo and Cole, and second half we dropped a little bit Enzo next to Moy, and Marco Cucurella was the other attacking midfielder. And the change was good, and we won the game.
To clarify, what was the problem with Lavia?
He had hamstring problem. He felt
Right.
something, but now it's okay. So we don't want to take any risk for players because, especially December, but with so many games, sometimes it's better to change and lose 45 minutes than lose 5-6 games.
We did wonder if it was anything to do with the elbow to the head that he'd had from Kulusevski. What was your take on that incident? Were you surprised?
In every aspect, first of all, because he's a fantastic boy, fantastic guy. And then, as I said already many times, he has to learn. He's learning how to play game when they mark him man-to-man. Bissouma was with him all the game. The one that first half was free was Enzo and second half Cucurella. But he's learning, he's improving, he's scoring goal, he's happy, and we are all happy.
You said this week you were convinced your team would get to this point where they are challenging at the top of the table, but perhaps not this quickly. They're showing no signs of slowing down, though, are they?
No, because the plan or the idea is don't allow them to slow down. And day by day, in every session, they cannot drop because if one drop, the other one is in behind, ready to play. So they know that.
Already doing what they're not, you are consistently winning games. That's proof, isn't it? That's evidence that you are already there in that conversation.
But probably Arsenal, City, and Liverpool, they don't slide. You say, like Cucurella did.
Slide, yeah.
Slide.
Right.
So this is also, we are serious. For me, we are not ready. We are far from this team. But we are focused on the day by day, improve players, improve the team, and play the game. No more than that.
Okay. Congratulations, Cesar. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are far from this team. But we are focused on the day by day, improve players, improve the team, and play the game. No more than that.
Okay. Congratulations, Cesar. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's all smiles, and you can understand why. Look at that run and that sea of green. In fact, the last time Chelsea were beaten was against, well, you can see there, the drop points against Arsenal. But go before that, the last time they were beaten was Newcastle, October the 30th in the League Cup.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, that seemed like a long time ago now, but are you surprised with how quickly those players and this manager have got to grips with the job at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, very. Obviously, he did a great job at Leicester when he was there last year, but I am impressed with how quickly they managed to take on that information and put it out there. And if you're saying, just look at the squad, the subs that they made today, they've got so many players that can come on and change games. And
It's about the fact that he was going to ostracise certain players. Obviously, he's got the conference to play them in. And he was very much, I'm going to concentrate on these players. Now, they're doing well in the conference, and it seems to keep them happy. Like I was just saying to the gaffer, it depends, what happens in that tournament, once they go out of it, and then you've got all those players, who's going to be happy? Because players, when you're playing that well and it's starting to happen, you want to play.
Yeah.
You want to be involved in that. And so you have to see how that's going to affect the squad as they go down the table.
With your manager's hat on, what's impressed you the most about the way Maresca's
Well,
gone
one,
about
he's
his
got
business?
he's got a hell of a lot of talent there, but he's managed to actually say, like, whatever the player is, this is what we're going to do. Like at half time, he changed there. He said that ain't working. We're all over the place defensively. We've given too many opportunities away. Let's change it. Casada, I always felt before, Sonda, if it's not working, you can take one off. Somebody else goes on, and you don't lose that sort of 8 or 9 out of 10 performance. That is where Chelsea are at the moment. That's why they're in the title. They really are in the title race.
They are?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Of course they are. You know, with so many teams giving so many goals away, Arsenal are probably the best side at the moment that have got the balance right between defending and attacking. Even Liverpool might actually at some stage, you know, falter. So it's there for anyone to win it.
But didn't we see in the first half maybe why then might not be in the title race?
Yeah, but I just think, again, that would just come down to, I was just saying just in the break about an experienced defender, like when they got Thiago Silva. If they've got that kind of experience in that back foot going for the Premier League, simply because you look at the way they started that game. If they had an experienced defender, I can imagine someone like Tony Adams being that. And if people are passing the ball at that kind of level, he would lose it with them. And that's all they need now, that player in the dressing room.
I think you said it earlier. I feel long term to go really and be one of the favourites at the start of the season. I think they need the keeper sorted out.
Absolutely.
You know, I think Sanchez is okay at certain games, but consistency to go right across the season, I think they need to improve there. But they're very close. We're talking about a team that are so close to getting a Premier League again, you know, where 2 years ago you'd have laughed at that. You know, Chelsea were all over the place and they couldn't pick a result up. But